Hello, you're welcome to this page. You're welcome to learn business, finances, career, life, and everything with us. It's my humble duty to just appreciate you for even just visiting this channel. I'll request that you also remember to subscribe so that you don't miss on the future webinars, the future trainings, and any other updates that might be helpful to all of us. And so remember to subscribe as you also watch the information in today's video. So today, I want us to have an understanding about business because business is very diverse in different areas. The business is very wide. Business has so many aspects related to it, and it would be error if we just concentrate on the fact that we are managing the money because that is what I mostly do, but more so because I'm a transformational trainer or coach, if you want to call it that way. I want us to understand the different aspects of business and different areas of business and even our personalities, so that when we are doing business, we don't just do it casually. We don't just do business because everyone is in business. We don't just operate just because. Everybody woke up to operate their businesses, but we do it with an understanding of where we are coming from and even where we are headed. Our today's topic shall concentrate on different streams of businesses, like can you have different businesses? What do you need to understand for you to have different kind of businesses? Do you need to operate businesses in just one area or in different areas? And before I even dive to the worksheet I have, because finally I'll dive into what you can do as what you can learn, I will explain it without using the spreadsheet, but I'll bring that up in a while. And I'll say there are so many people who have started businesses and even partnered with different people in different areas of businesses, which is not as it's not bad. It's not. I'm not discouraging anyone. Actually, it's very good because if you get to partner with someone who is operating business in an area that you don't have experience with, you might find yourself investing in an area that is very maybe profitable, but because you do not have the experience, you can bring about your capital together. You can discuss on the way you share your profits. You can it can help you diversify your lists in the market, because you might be conversant with an area that is very risky for businesses. So you getting someone to work with who is conversant with a different area that maybe has less risks, depending on what is happening in the market, it might be very good for you and it might even work better for you. So you have seen, or I have seen even myself, so many people investing in different areas, people coming together to start companies, but that also comes with its own toll of requirements, because you need to be accountable, all of you. If you are three people who have come together and partnered together to do business, you need to be accountable, you need to be transparent, you need to be faithful. It's like a marriage. The way you need to be faithful to your partner, then the way you need to be transparent, the way you need to be someone who can be trusted, because you are all you have come together with one goal, heading to one direction. And then if someone becomes untrustworthy or decides to divert to other things, then it becomes something else. And you have seen even businesses collapse because partners at in the middle of it all, and especially when the profits come in and the business gets to a point where it has broken even, it's making a lot of profits, and the profit sharing agreement that you had in the beginning, someone feels like my share is very little, someone feels like this is not enough for me, someone feels like I can do it even alone now that I have the tactics, and so many other things that come up out of that, and I won't dive into that for now. So it's very risky, but again, it's very good because you get to also gain from the expertise and the experiences of your partners or the other directors that you have come about to start businesses. So today I will concentrate on you as a person. How many businesses can you have? How many businesses can you operate? Do they need to be in one area, or what do you need to do? What is the risk, or what are the advantages or disadvantages of having different businesses, and you are the one managing all of them together? So that is what I want to concentrate on today, and I know all of us shall learn, so that when you want to diversify your investment, you don't get stranded, you don't get confused, and you don't know where to start. At least you'll have somewhere you can start from, and that will be very helpful for all of us. Yeah, so I hope you have subscribed, and I also hope that you're following our other pages for the business. Uplift Management Limited, that's our company. It's a training and consultancy company in areas of business, finances, taxation, and other areas. And we also do trainings and consultancy. So it's good you follow us so that you can get updates, and you can also get to gain from what we are sharing. So as I said, today I'm going to deal with the passion and streams of income. My name is Grace Moroki. I'm the managing director of Uplift Management Limited. I'm your coach, and I love transforming your business, transforming your career, and even helping you to get transformed to an understanding where you can understand what you have been called to do, what kind of investment you can make, what kind of a business you can start, and I'm glad to help you so that you can get and receive the transformation. So I'll start by bringing a picture of a tree to us, because I'm going to use this tree for the explanation that I'm going to do in this training. So figure it out. This is a tree, and a tree has different parts in it. Of course, all of us we know that it has the roots, which we can even barely see. We can even barely recognize, only that we understand that they are roots because we know how it is down there. Then it has the stem, and the branches, and the fruits. If it's a tree that is expected to produce fruits, maybe mangoes, apples, and such kind of things. So I'm going to use this tree to explain what happens when you want to have different streams of income, so that you'll be able to separate your main goal and any other thing that you can do, the way you can use them to diversify yourself, the way you can use them to move, and the way you can use them to increase your returns and your profits, so that you don't get confused along the way. So I'll start with the roots, and I'll say the roots, this is the foundation. In the beginning, before I even brought this slide, in the previous slide that we have the tree, I was saying we can barely see the roots. And I will say this represents the foundation you set for your business. And this is what brings in the sustainability that you will depend on even later on, for the years that you'll be doing your business, for the years that you'll be doing whatever you'll be doing. And I will say how deep you dig the foundation, it determines how far and how strong the business you want to start will be. Yeah, if you have ever experienced the journey of planting a tree seedling, you know how they dig the holes, how they put on the manure, the fertilizers, depending on where you have come from, and the base they create determines how deep the roots go, so that that tree is very strong. And the quality of materials you use while starting businesses, it will be related to the same roots, how deep you dig them, and the quality of materials you use, how you invest in yourself, how you go to research about the kind of business you're starting. The way you lay the foundation, and I said in the beginning and I will repeat again, the roots, we rarely see the roots in the physical, but we know if a tree is standing, there are some roots which are very deep, which have been put there. And those roots, you cannot, you uprooting them, it's very, very, very hard. It's not as easy. So you need to understand how deep how deep you dig your foundation. The best foundation you lay, even for a house or a building that you're building, determines how strong that business will become. And the other thing I'll speak about the roots, because I might not come back to it, how often you water it to ensure it is still alive. You see, if a tree is standing and at some moment there's no water available, it might dry up. And as we are going to see it alone, the stem, the branches, and the fruits are dependent on what the roots will have. Because if the roots can draw in water from the ground, then the fruits will still be produced in and out of season. If you have seen those people who live in dry or semi-arid areas and such things, those people, they are, if there's no rain, everything dries up. But if you happen to have a fruit or a tree or a flower or even a plant that you water oftenly, that plant or that tree will keep giving you fruits regardless of what is happening in other people's lives or the season that is outward, because it is your responsibility to water it out. So the foundation you put, even before we dive into what kind of a business you are going to do, the foundation you put is very, very, very is very crucial. And it is going to determine how far and how strong your business will be. So let me move on to the next slide, and I'll say let's do a comparison here. Before we do the comparison, I just want to bring a clarity that the stem brings represents your purpose in life. After you have dug your roots and this is the foundation. For example, maybe you went to school and you did a marketing course. That is your foundation. You can do whatever you do and even scale it up in that area, and it becomes your foundation that you can use in whichever business to build a business that you are assured that the foundation is right and this business shall stand. So the stem comes up and stands for your purpose, because the purpose sprouts out of what you have been called to do. That is which gives you a reason for living. What you would wake up and do over and over, any day, anytime, depending, regardless of whatever time it is of the day. That which you would even do, even if there is no one paying you or there is no return to it, because it is coming from within you. And this is what I will even say at this juncture about those people who keep asking, what kind of a business should I do? Do I open a shop? Do I do open a retail business? Do I do wholesale? Do I go and do what? And I only ask a simple question: what is your purpose in life? Because even if I give you 1,000 business ideas and they are not connected to what your purpose in life is, they will still not help you. That's why you hear people, they started businesses, they put on in the capital, and then months later or years later, the business came down because it was not coming from within them. So even if you're starting a business, make sure it is connected to who you are as a person. Even the foundation, actually, the Bible says in the book of Jeremiah that even before we were formed in our mother's womb, that God knew us and He created us with a purpose. So, which is that purpose? Seek to understand, why am I on this earth? Why am I here? What do I need to do? What have I been created or called to do? so that when you get an understanding of what you have been called to do, then you'll be able to start a business out of it. You'll be able to start an organization out of it. You'll be able to partner even with the right people, because if you go partnering with people who are not like-minded like you, you'll get lost in the way. They will be heading in one direction, whereas your heart and your being is called to head in a different direction. Unfortunately, what you don't know is that you got intertwined in a company of people who are not called in the same line as you are called. So the stem is your purpose. Your purpose. So if you are a marketer, you have been created to bring clarity and to explain things to people. You put the right foundation so that even if whichever kind of business you start, you have the skills, you have the knowledge, you have the research, and you keep watering it. That might mean even you keep going back to study about it, you keep going back to research and understanding the times and seasons that we are in, so that when the times and seasons change, you also keep changing and improving your career or your calling or your expertise or the skill that you have in your hands. Then the stem, your purpose sprouts out of it. And so when you understand that your purpose is to go and market and transform the lives of people, to go and create something. For example, maybe you are very skilled, your hands are very skilled, you are someone who can create something out of anything, like those people who make clothes. They just get garments, they cut them in some way. I'm not in that kind of area, so I don't even understand. They just cut it, and the next thing you see, you have a cloth out of that. That's a skill. So their purpose sprout out of it, and they are able to build out something out of it. Then when your purpose helps you to start a business, then you can have the branches, because we say the tree starts from the root, then the stem, then we have the branches. So these branches will represent other streams of income. They are born out of other gaps discovered while serving your purpose. So I said your main business goal, if you just want to learn one business, do a business that is connected to your purpose, because out in and out of season, you'll still wake up and pursue that business. You'll still wake up and water it. You'll still be willing to reinvest in it if something happens. If you root some money somewhere, because it happens in business, it's not every day that is make day, you know, you'll still be willing to invest something in it. But if you invest in the main business that is out of your purpose, like if you come together, as I was saying earlier, with some friends and you start a business, and then this business is not in line with your purpose and it goes down, even if these people gather together and they agree that let's increase our capital, believe you me not, you won't put any more money. You'll be like, these people are calling me, these people, whatever, whatever. But if that is in line with their purpose, they will be willing to still revive those businesses, but you won't have the energy to do that. But when you do a business that is connected with your purpose, you know and you believe in your heart that it will work, because it can't even allow you to rest. It can't even give you rest. You will just be yearning and looking forward to what else can I do? What else can I do? What else can I do? Where do I need to make the changes? What are the new things that has come in the market? What are the new digital inventions that has happened, and I need to bring them in my business so that it can thrive. But now the branches, if for example, if I go back to the example I was using of someone who makes clothes, now this person can start another branch of businesses. They can decide to do in line with that, to do the shoes, because they can link in the same area. They can do the marketing. When they are marketing the clothes, you can come and they tell you we also have the shoes. You see, they can decide to start doing exports and imports in the same area of clothes. But remember, originally they have the skill to make even the clothes themselves. So it's not something that they are trying to introduce themselves into. They are just trying to diversify how they can do that business. The branches, they draw their strength from the stem, or the purpose, but should produce fruits of their own. Yes, because when you start a business, for example, another line of business, you are selling let's say ladies, you are making ladies African clothes, and then you decide, let me do imports of the ones made from outside the country. It means out of this stream of imports, you should be able to balance the sales and the costs that you have used during imports, and this realize a profit out of the imports separate from the one you are realizing from the ones you are making raw from the materials. So that if a stream of income is not profitable on its own, yes, you can figure out, because every business startup, even the um, branches, they have their own duration of growth. But if the growth duration surpasses and they are not still improving, you can cut the branch, because that's the same thing that happens in a tree. We can go to a tree and then we cut one branch and then we allow the rest to still continue. Reason being, it is not the branch, the tree is not dependent on the branch to keep growing. It is dependent on the roots, the foundation. So as long as the foundation is still light, as long as the foundation is still strong, you will still drive with the rest. You will still drive from the rest, and that is very important. That is very important. So I hope you have understood about the streams of income. First, invest in your main purpose business. The moment it can operate on its own and it allows you to invest in other branches, it is the same way a tree starts sprouting out branches from the main stem, and now you can bring in other investments, but those that are related to your purpose. And I said, if you go investing in things that are not connected to your purpose, maybe you'll need to partner with people who are well conversant with that area. But be very careful, because if something happens, you might not have the know-how or the knowledge to run that business on your own, and you'll have to just be dependent on other people for the rest of the life of the business, or for as long as that you are in business. So let's discuss about the fruits. And this one, I've already discussed part of it when I was discussing the branches, and I will say every stream should bring its contribution to the basket, because it's a branch. So every branch, for those who know how the trees produce fruits, every branch has its own fruits that you can pick from them. So every stream should also have its own profits. It should also be able to cover its own cost. Yeah, that's why I talked about the import business. It should, the returns you get from it, it should be able to cover the cost of the business, and also be able to bring in some profits to increase to your basket, or to improve or increase your returns. Every stream should prove daily why it should be sustained, and that's why I said, if it has not proved why you should sustain it, then it is as well like a branch which needs to be cut off from a tree, so that it doesn't hinder the rest of the tree from growing. And we had discussed that, so I won't concentrate on that again. So let's go to the challenges encountered when having different streams of income. And I will discuss this again. I had mentioned maybe some of them, but let's see what's here. So one of the challenges is using profits from one stream to cover the losses of the other. When you have different streams, it's like having different branches in a tree. And I said, because you may introduce a new stream that may take some time, which is allowed depending on what you are dealing with, before it starts making its own profits. But with time, every stream should be able to make its own profits. So the moment you continue taking profits from one stream and covering from the losses of the other, it might be just about time to sit down and think about cutting off that branch, so that it can stop eating from the other branches. Then another challenge that comes in is poor management to divided attention. Because the moment now you have brought in two, three other streams of income, you might not even be able to concentrate right into the main purpose that you were called for in business. And mostly because once this happens, of course, by this time you have different employees, and especially for cash businesses, those people who deal with cash businesses, you need to bring in very, very intentional business structures, and especially in terms of financial structures. You create structures that will help the business to learn, even procurement or purchases structures, because of you bringing in stocks, the way you control what has been sold, what has not been sold, the kind of management your money is being given, because you cannot be in every stream every moment. It will just require you at some point to just be somewhere else. So what happens? And at this point, you get people wasting a lot of money because they're trying to control one stream and the other is trying also to go down. So before they land there, something else comes up in a different area. Also, there are those people who have come up with a strategy of if you like own a building, sorry, if you own a building that hosts some different office rooms and such, they learn the businesses from one building, but again, you still need the employees. So you need to be very, very serious about management. You also need to have very good structures, because even if you are within the vicinity, you just need to depend on different people to do what you expected them to do, and even customer service, because your clients will be coming and meeting different people. You won't have you can't have to you don't have the capacity to serve every client who comes, because you have different streams of income. So clients will be popping in every each and every area of your business. So what are you doing to ensure that every client receives the treatment that you would want them to receive, even in your absence? The other challenge that comes up is wastage of time, trying to look busy. Yes, there are streams of income you can start, but some of them, the moment you have put up the structures, you don't have to keep learning up and down. So sometimes you see people who don't even have time of their own as directors or as managers, because they are busy running up and down. But sometimes all you need is to give the right direction, to put up the right structures, and then you can sit down, rest, and be able to make the decisions. But the moment you are too busy even for yourself, just to take care of yourself, it means something is wrong somewhere. The other challenge is diversion from your God-given purpose. We said when a tree from the sprouts out from the roots, the first thing that comes up is the stem, which is your purpose. The moment the streams of income you have starts diverting your attention from your God-given purpose. And we said the branches are being held together by the stem, that is the purpose. It means if you are not careful, everything will fall. Because if you divert your attention too much to the branches, the stem will not be taken care of the way it's supposed to be, and then you lose everything trying to go and support the branches. So you need to be very careful that your first attention and your main goal is to ensure that your God-given purpose remains afloat, and it's not diverted from anything at any one point. So how do you avoid these challenges? I will pass through this because I've discussed them. Some of them are in the middle of the discussion on the challenges. So I'll say give 50% of your energy into your main purpose. That's why we are saying if your purpose fails, everything else is at risk of failing. So you'd rather give a lot of energy to the purpose, because if the purpose succeeds, you'll be assured that these other things shall fall into place. Then I'll say put up structures, and I had discussed that in your business to ensure that they can progress smoothly without you. and especially in the areas of finances and procurement where you are dealing with the materials, and of course every other area, because even customer care, you need to ensure that you have people who understand how customers are handled, and they are able to offer them the right services and in the right manner according to what you do have wanted to give them if you are the one serving them. Employ skilled workers who are able to make valuable decisions independently without you, and that supports what we have been saying earlier. Stop treating people as friends or family when it comes to businesses. And this is one of the things that affect a lot of businesses, because your friends will come to your business, you want to treat them as friends, but you forget that if someone like just because they are afraid, they get something out of your stocks and they go with it and they don't pay, you are the one who is going to pay, because there is a cost connected to that item. There is a cost connected to that product. Who fits the cost? When your family members come and pick everything from your shop, who fits the cost? And sometimes it's even advisable to tell people, stop. If you started a business, or if you are starting a business because you think your family members or your friends will come and buy from you, that is the wrong notion. Focus on the larger market that you don't even know anyone. Like, if these people you link with them, you are linking with them in terms of business. But the moment you start a business focusing on some specific people, you might fail even before you start. Because if they come and pick all your product and they are trying to please you and to be good to you, and then actually they fail to pay you, that's how you lost your capital even before you kicked off your business. So be very careful, and even put a boundary. I'll say that without without even bringing, put a boundary between your businesses, your friends and your people. You'd rather open and operate a business for 1, 2, 3 years until it stabilizes, because it can take that long for a startup, until it stabilizes before you even introduce it to the people you think that they are very close to you, because they might not even be the people you need to scale up your business at that point. So, but also budget for every cent you earn. There will always be a new need in the basket, and an attractive want. What do I mean by that? A need and a want. Budget for your money. There will always be a new need. A need means that thing has to be done. It's like food. You need to eat every day. So regardless of what challenges are there, you need to set apart something that will put food on your table. But there will always be an attractive want. What is a want? A want is something that you are desiring, but you don't even have uh, cash to buy it. And that's why I will come to that later on, maybe in a different webinar. That is the reason most people right now are operating in debt, because they came across a want, something they want, a new dress, a new clothing, a new car, a new something, a new version of something, or of a phone or something, and then they can't withhold themselves from it. They went to the supermarket, they came across something else, and they just wanted to pick a packet of flour, but they decided, let me just grab some biscuits as I go out. That's a want. You can forego it if you don't have the cash flow to buy it. But do we have the energy to resist them? So I will repeat, there will always be a new need in the basket and an attractive want. So you need to budget for your money and stick to your budget. If you have something extra out of your budget, or if you can spare something, then you can even go and get what you want. But first, sort out your needs, because those are the things that can hinder your life from progressing on a daily basis. Then do your savings like your life depends on it. Future is never certain, but it will surely come. Wow, how I love that. Future is never certain, but it will always come. We cannot run away from the future. We cannot run away from tomorrow. Eventualities come, even opportunities come. But if they come and you are told that you need you want to grab that opportunity and you don't have any saving you have set aside for something that may come up, what are you going to do? It will just bypass you, and there is nothing you can do about it because you didn't budget, you didn't save, and that's how it will just bypass your mind. So a few points to note that I wanted us to note: every business person should seek to understand about this financial statement and budget, and that is the last point I've finished with, that you need to budget, you need to save. A profit and loss account, you need to understand how to account for your money, to understand whether you made a profit or a loss, or you are just um, money just passed through your heads, but you can't even tell what happened. You need to understand how cash flows work. You need to understand what a cash flow is. You need to understand what a cash flow means to your business. And in simplicity, I will say we treat cash flows as uh, in a business, like if you didn't have any stocks and you woke up in the morning and bought something, sold some, you bought something for like let's say 100 shillings, and then you sold it and 120. By the end of the day, the only amount of money you need to have in your pocket is 20 shillings, because that's your profit. But unfortunately, what happens to our business people? They go buy, especially on credit, some stocks at 100 shillings. They sell at 120 and they consume the whole 120. Then later on, when the supplier is coming for their 100 shillings, it is nowhere, it cannot be accounted for. They also don't understand what happened because they didn't understand how cash flow works in business. So stop consuming money that is not yours in a business, and maybe later on we'll come to discuss about the financial statements and how they operate. So the other thing is the financial position. This one basically explains the assets of a business, the liabilities, how liquid is your business, do you have enough working capital, and it just gets you understanding, of course, as it says, the position of your uh, business, so that you can be able to figure out the uh, the stability, because that's where it comes in. So what is the big question? How much is your worth today, and how much do you expect it to be in like 5 years time, so that you start working from it today? If you want to invest in a business, which kind of a business will get you there? What kind of a business are you willing to risk in? What kind of a business are you willing to give your all into, so that even if nothing else is working, you still go and do it? So that's it for this webinar. I will just welcome you to, of course, to subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss on our future trainings and updates. But you can also consult with us. We do the trainings on business, career, and even finances. We do business consultancy. We do business registrations. We do tax returns on part-time basis. We do bookkeeping services, payroll management, and part of what we do in the consultancy is giving you business management reports on a regular basis, so that you don't have to wait until the end of the year when your external auditor is coming and they are telling you that you made a profit or a loss, and then you are like, so where do I start? And especially, that's why I usually say I am your transformational coach, because at the end of the year, when the audits are done and people are given the reports, most of them don't even get to dive into the document to understand what happens. But you see, when you get to do it, when you are relaxed and you are doing it with an understanding, we get to dive into your reports. We do a report on regular basis. We measure your expenses, we measure the movement of your stocks, we measure the movement of your finances. We come up and discover the loopholes. We seal them earlier enough so that you'll be able to protect your business and to run it smoothly as you'd have expected. So don't hesitate to contact us if you desire to get our services. Here are our our contact information. You can follow our page on Facebook, it's Uplift Management Limited, LinkedIn on Uplift Management Limited, and I am on TikTok. You can follow me, Grace Moroki Uplift. You can also, of course, subscribe to this YouTube channel. It's Grace Moroki Founder Uplift Management Limited. And you can email us or WhatsApp us through this contact, and we'll be able to assist you with any kind of service that you require from us. So that's it for this webinar. I'll be waiting for any questions. You can contact us through the contacts we have given, and I will be glad to be of service to you and to see you excel in your business. So God bless you. See you in a different stream.